Hello, my lovelies. My name's Elizabeth. Welcome to my channel, Embracing the Chaos. Here on my channel, I like to embrace the chaos. Chaos that's going on around us. Or, well, it's not or, it's actually and the chaos that's going on within us. Because if it's going on outside of us, then obviously it's something that we're experiencing within the self. So, you know, little tarot, you don't let me to explain it all. So let's dive in and see what's going on with you, babes. Oh, Ace of Wands try to come out. Oh, Ten of Cups. Oh, really? You want to talk about emotional fulfillment? Okay, let's do this. Let's talk about what's emotionally fulfilling to you at this time. Or what's not. Oh, we're embarking on something new here. We're closing down a chapter on something, huh? Wheel of Fortune. Something that was supposed to be emotionally fulfilling, but you realized was something that was more of a burden than it was worth keeping up with. Well, you've reached the end of that cycle. Seeing the tower there. You realize it's more of a burden. Whatever this weight, whatever you've closed the chapter down on, was something that was supposed to be emotionally fulfilling, but it was more of a headache than it was emotionally fulfilling for you. Chariot. How? The Hierophant. No, the Hermit. I don't know why I said the Hierophant. Maybe you learned a lesson. Eight of Wands. Well, hell. Three of Wands. Oh, you're forward seeing, aren't we now? You're seeing something transpire here right before your eyes. Although it's not quite in your reality just yet, but it is about to be there. It looks like something in a situation where you could have been ghosted. Yeah, we've all felt that sting, haven't we? Kind of sucks. But it happens. You could have been the one that was ghosting, or someone could have ghosted you. However, that's all circling back around. This person is decided that they want to come towards you. So expect some kind of communication to come in. I'm not sure what they realized here. It looks like maybe they're the ones. Maybe you have. Yeah, okay. So they're saying that you thought something was going to be emotionally fulfilling within your world. Okay. And you've elevated yourself from that. That's why this is coming back toward you. Sitting upon this energy, sitting in this energy, we're able to reflect, we're able to understand things, and we're making some kind of sudden shift that is going to affect the future. This could have blocked you from something that you were meant to have. Judgment. Queen of Swords. You seen it. Yeah. Right now, you're in a space where you're actually visualizing something coming into your reality. There was something that you was interested in. This could be anything. Something that you had some kind of interest in at one time. And whatever this interest was, it's actually, like I said, it's because you made the shift. You've changed. You've moved away from whatever you thought was going to be emotionally fulfilling, and now someone is seeing you in a little bit differently. They're still in a moment of pause, though. This could be you. You could be visualizing or seeing something within the heart space that you're not quite sure about. But it's opening up some kind of transmission here. Yeah, there's something changing drastically. And I feel like, honestly, you don't make this realization until you actually receive this communication from someone that is opening themselves up to you, or trying to spark up some kind of connection with you. And that's because it's you freeing yourself from this other situation. Kind of difficult to open up a new one when you're still emotionally invested in something else, which we all know that. But you were trying to take that leap. You were trying to move in that direction because you knew that this other situation or whatever you were dealing with wasn't it. It wasn't doing it for you. It just wasn't emotionally satisfying. It wasn't meeting you like it should have been. You weren't receiving the things that you needed to receive from it. So therefore, at some point, you have to, stand up for yourself and be like, you know what, this isn't cutting it for me. I've got to do something else. So you've made that change. Mm-hmm. Seven of Cups. Strength with Three of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles. Mm. Somebody's working through the confusion. Somebody could have had other choices, so you could have had other choices here. And it's taken a lot. It's taken a lot for you to actually figure out what it is you want to build into. Because I see you wanting to build into something. You're wanting something solid. You're wanting something you can count on. Something you can lay roots with. Something that you can leave a legacy behind with. But it's difficult because there's a lot of choices, but there's also a lot of mixed signals. I'm getting like mixed communication, mixed signals from others. So we're trying to decipher, we're trying to see, we're trying to understand and be confident about the choice that we're making before we jump into anything, which is very good, by the way. I see you creating some distance from this altogether. It seems like you're letting go completely. You're relieving yourself from the pressure. Yeah. King of Swords, you have a clear knowing. You're using a head over heart decision here. You know what your heart's wanting, what your heart desires. But it seems like we're not in the proper mind space at this time to understand. So it's like we're relieving ourselves of the mental chatter associated with what it is we truly desire. Three of Cups. Temperance. Two of Cups. You've accepted that you've accepted something, yeah. It looks like somebody was playing you. Three of Cups. Playing you here. They had you in a third party. But I kind of feel like there's a little bit of a celebratory feeling behind it, because it's like, it's giving like you knew that this person had you in a third party. However, you struggled for a long time to disassociate yourself or get away from this. And you're actually pretty happy now with yourself because you have finally accepted what you needed to accept and understand. So it does feel good. It feels good to know that, hey, I finally got it. Sometimes, sometimes we have to make several practice runs before we actually ever able to get it down. It's like riding a bicycle. The first few times you try to ride a bicycle, you crash and burn, you crash and burn. You can either get up and try it again until you get it right, or just give up the bicycle all along. And I feel like in this case right here, this is kind of like that, where you kept giving and kept trying and kept wanting and and it's like this other person just kept taking and kept taking, but they never would try to see you on the same level. They didn't value you the way that they needed to value you. And I know that can be difficult. It can be very difficult. I understand that. Especially when you love the way that you love and you care about people. But a lot of people misunderstand what love is, and they misunderstand what caring is. Love is a state of being. It's not necessarily a feeling. It's not an action. It's a state of being. You're happy. You're content. You have fun. You're able to converse. You know, it's an all around thing when it comes to love. And caring for someone is doing things for that individual, not because you expect to get something back in return, but because it's what you choose to do, because you care about that person. You care what happens to them and what's going on in their life. And I feel like this person just wasn't doing that for you. They didn't. As long as you were caring and giving to them, then hey, they were good. But when it come down to it and it was your turn, they never could meet you. Not even halfway. And so you struggled for a really long time disassociating yourself and getting away from this because of, it's just, you're not a quitter. You don't just give up on people. You don't just walk away because it's convenient. You know what that feels like. But at some point, we have to realize, babes, we have to realize, and I feel like that's what you did. You made that realization. This person was the one that was giving up on you, not the other way around. And you were giving up on yourself by continuing to give to this. So you've done a really good thing here, I feel like. And I feel like that's why you're kind of like celebrating yourself. And you should celebrate yourself. You've done a wonderful job. I mean, for real. You've done an excellent job getting away from that. So now Temperance is coming in. Divine says, hey, hey, hey. Ooh, goosebumps. Hey, 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 I got something for you, babe. Are you ready? Are you ready? Because it looks like the Divine has been working on something. Waiting for you to get rid of that. Waiting for you to let that go. And here's what the Divine's been working on, sweetheart. We're going to pick up the cards. A partnership that you can sink your teeth into. That's going to be abundant. Something that you can actually apply yourself and trust in. It's going to be there to pick you up when you fall, just like you would be there for that person to pick them up when they fell. This is going to be someone that's going to go out of their way to lay out the red carpet, because to you, that's what they are. I mean, to them, that's what you are. See how it works? It's the same way, babe. It's the feelings are going to be mutual. There's going to be a lot of give and take. There's going to be sacrifices on both behalf. But both of you are fully aware of that. That's something that goes along with the territory. There's certain things that, you know, you don't sacrifice things of your identity of who you are. But there's little sacrifices that you make, you know. Maybe this time we're going to go eat where they want to go eat versus where you want to go eat. Maybe it's we're going to go where they want to go versus where we want to go. Or maybe there's this thing they like to do that you ain't really that hip about, but how you go along, you support them and you don't drag them down. Even though it doesn't really excite you, you genuinely care, you genuinely love this person, so you genuinely put forth effort to be involved in it, to support them, because that's what it's all about. And honey, that's what the Divine's been working on for you. Yeah, look at that. Queen of Wands, the Nine of Cups, the Fool. Ooh-wee. I'm gonna tell you. You're gonna question it. Three of Swords. I figured as much. Tell me more. I was just fixing to ask why you were gonna be questioning that. The Fool. Okay, so recently you've gone through something. Just 1 second, please. I gotta fix something. Okay. My apologies. There was a shift in the energy. I had to recalibrate it. That happens quite frequently for me because I get a lot of energies that try to come in, and it was a low level trying to come in and undermine. Well, Elizabeth, don't do that. I pay attention to what I need to pay attention to. And those kind of energies, I just don't particularly need to pay attention to because, like I said, they're low level and they really ain't got no place in my business. So I had to correct them. So, okay. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I see the concern. I see that you're worried. You're learning. You're needing to see something here. Definitely, yeah. We have two cards of seeing. We have the Page of Swords with the Sun here. There's something that you need to see clearly. You seem to have blocked yourself because of some kind of belief system that you had, and it was due to this heartbreak. You took a leap of faith towards something, and it broke your heart. You did. You actually started making plans around it, and you wound up learning from it instead. It didn't quite go the way you wanted it to go, but it's like we're needing to understand that we are always a student before we are anything. So it's really stepping into the position of understanding the role of a student. If you can't step in and be an advocate for yourself, then you really can't be an advocate for anyone else. And it's very important. And I see that you've learned something, or you're learning something here. And it's teaching you how to be more resilient, how to be more not picky choosy, but more aware of the energies that you're connecting with and what they're bringing to the table, and not allowing certain types of energies that would like that do like to flock to you, that do like to possess your energy, because your energy is you're fun loving and you're exciting, you're fun to be around. And people like to latch onto that, but they don't necessarily know how to treat it and treat it well. And it's not that they don't want to. Some of them generally probably do and would like to, but they're not in a position to actually learn those lessons that it would take in order to stay connected to someone like you. Not that you're a bad individual, because you're not at all. Oh, not at all. It takes a higher level of understanding to be able to understand the student role and the teacher role. Okay, so you understand going into connections, you're connecting to this person because they're going to teach you things, you're going to teach them things. That's your place, and you fully understand that. But some of the people that you connect to don't understand that. They think they know it all. It's their way or the highway, and when it ain't fun no more, well, they're gone. And that's a lot of the top of the people that you connect to. Let's just be real. And you learn that gets you absolutely nowhere. But sitting right there with your heart broken. That's what I mean. You're learning to believe and trust in the self when it comes to when we get triggers or we get things that come up that alert us to let us know that there's something wrong. We don't ignore those signs anymore. We pay attention to those signs. What is this sign trying to teach me? What am I needing to see? And you're really leaning on that at this time. And that's why we're getting into a place where we take clear action, and we're actually moving and taking and going in directions towards things that are actually giving us a sense of accomplishment, that is actually benefiting us rather than harming us. Let's see what the angels have to say. Tell you what, I didn't look at the pollen report yesterday, and I'm allergic to ragweed. That's about the only thing, well, besides poison ivy, poison oak, that kind of shit, and stings. But as far as plant life, ragweed and sunflowers. Sunflowers. Anyways, point of the story is, the ragweed was high yesterday, and I didn't pay no attention, and I was out mowing, and I was up all night long trying to deal with that, because my nose was not happy about it. We have friendship. Valel. We have celebration. Mm-hmm. So you have a friend, do you? That wants you to come and hang out. Want you to go do something here. It could be just, yourself. And yeah, they're pointing that it is. It is. The reason why this friend's coming in and wanting to hang out is because you are wanting to celebrate your current victory. Which is, yeah, because see we have rebirth. The Phoenix. Congratulations. Ooh, what this is? Ooh, looks like we're tapping into something here. Okay, so I just did a reading for the messengers. This could be actually honing in on the messengers as well, but not only specific to. That last message was specific to the messengers. This actually has a little bit of that energy in it. It looks like it's opening the door where we were shut down. It feels like we were shut down for a little bit where we weren't receiving the messages from our higher ups. There's some quiet strength here, but don't be boastful. This is what this card signifies. Don't be too boastful. But there is an angelic presence around it. This is a loving, nurturing kind of energy that's going to be coming in. It's reforming. It's reshaping something. Reshaping something. Tell me about that. You were kind of upset. It looks like kind of upset about going down a particular path because you didn't understand it. And yeah, it's about having to disassociate yourself from that person in order to free up the space. You weren't happy about it, and it caused a lot of things to come up for you. So there's like an excitement, feeling excited again. I feel like you're going to be excited once more, whereas as opposed to how you've recently been feeling kind of down and out because you know you have to let that person go. It's toxic. It's not meant for you, and just this is gonna like revive your essence. It's gonna make you feel good to go on this adventure. Adventure time. I love adventure time. I had somebody once tell me, just going to the store with you, just walking out the door with you is an adventure. I said, I know, ain't it fun? And they just looked at me like, I don't know. I don't know if they really meant that, but hey, it is an adventure. Whatever. I mean, I like it. I like to have a good time. That's all there is to it. I will make an ass out of myself. No, I don't feel like an ass. Seduction. Ooh. Yeah. This could be a past person that you, yeah, because there's that ghosting energy. They're pulling it back. I'm feeling that ghosting energy. So someone that ghosted you, perhaps, or you felt, I don't know if they necessarily ghosted you exactly, but, this is renewing something. Oh, this is giving, like, soulmate, like, okay, so you were meant to meet somebody at some specific time, at some specific point. That is one of my words I can't say. Specific. Okay, I struggle to say that one. This is someone you were supposed to meet at one time, but because you connected back to that past person, it kind of like put it on hold, is what I'm getting. And because now you've distanced yourself or disassociated yourself from that individual, this has sparked that timeline to be rebooted. It's like a reboot. It's like coming back online, and looks like well, it's gonna be quite passionate. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be, I mean, this adventure with the seduction. Yeah, you have no knowledge of it. Bail. Yep. You have absolutely no knowledge. whatsoever that this is coming in. This is going to be happening. Mm-mm. See, we have renewal right there. So it's like a friend calls you up, hey, let's hang out, let's do something. You go with them because you're in a celebratory kind of mood. You're feeling really good. And that's why they're calling you on the cool. You go and it sparks something. It reignites something here. You do receive messages. So that could be this message right here, babes. Pay attention. That alert you to that. And it's rebirthing something that had gone off the rails, that had gone off course because you went on a different adventure. Because that's the proof of choice, babe. It happens. You chose a different path than that path at the time, okay? It doesn't matter. If it's meant for you, it's still going to happen. Even if you put it on pause because you go in a different direction, it's still going to come back. And that's what I'm seeing. But you have no idea. We have danger. You're going to be alerted, yeah. You don't have anything to worry about. This is just speaking of your God speaking to you. Because if you actually pay attention to yourself, all those thoughts you think are thoughts, those things you think are thoughts that are low level, they're real quiet. They talk quietly like this. Those are messages from your gods. They don't generally tell you things that you really want to hear or that you really want to accept, being truthful, but it is the truth. Okay. So if you catch yourself denying that or blocking that or paying no disregard to that, then that's when those voices get quieter and quieter and quieter. So if you're really wanting to learn how to tap into your higher self, into your gods, babe, you got to really start paying attention. It's very important to pay attention. Tell me about this. Yeah, okay. 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 So, you will be receiving messages throughout the process, throughout this timeline. Okay? Whatever course you're on. Celebration again. This is going to catch you off guard. It's like the messages that you don't really pay attention to. It's very important that we pay attention to those messages, especially while you're out in your outing. Not that anything is going to transpire, but there is something here that is going to matter as far as like you running into possibly this situation with this person where you're going to have the rebirth. Is what I'm understanding. The way I'm understanding it is like in order for it to change and develop in the proper way, we're having to really pay attention to the messages that we're receiving and act on those instances, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it doesn't make any sense why we're doing that. It's very important that we pay attention to that because that's what's going to allow things to change. Okay. Let's see what else they have to say, and then I'm going to let you go, babes. See if they have anything else they want to add. I feel like there's a little bit more there. Quick. Partnership and vision. Marcosius and Aemon. So, leadership. Yeah. Okay, so when you meet up with this individual, when there's whatever kind of partnership, there's a dual role that you're going to have to understand in that connection. You're going to have to let them lead sometimes. And then sometimes you're going to have to take on that role. You're going to have to be the leader in that. So it's like riding a new horse, you know, when you first start riding, knowing when to give them more rain and knowing when to pull back that rain. It's kind of giving that like an understanding certain ways that you move. I used to train horses for years. I know most people don't really understand horses all that well. It's like riding your bicycle. Most people have ridden a bicycle. I can use that. That's like if you lean too far this way, then you're going to fall over this way. If you lean too far this way, you're going to fall over this way, right? And if you lean too far back, then you're going to wind up popping a wheelie, especially if you're going uphill, and then you go backwards. Kind of like that. So it's like really paying attention to keep your balance, your center of gravity, and keep onto yourself and not to lose yourself. That's very important in any kind of relationship. It doesn't matter what it is. But this is a relationship that's going to actually allow you to be you. This is someone that is a lot like you, and you're going to have to encourage this person to remember and to remain themselves and to continue to do the things that they like to do as well, because this is someone that will easily fall into just doing what you want the way you want because they think that's no. Sometimes it's okay to say no. And this is giving like you might have to try to help this person learn that part. Let this person take the reins every once in a while. You're an energy that definitely knows what to do because you're a high priest or a high priestess. It's kind of difficult sometimes to relinquish the controls. You know, especially when you have the all-knowing, but we have to let people learn things on their own sometimes. And it's giving like, start out small if you have to. Like, you see something fixing to transpire, this person's fixing to take some kind of action, just kind of like let them go. As long as they're not going to get hurt. You might have a good laugh or two. It's funny stuff is what I'm picking up on. It's lighthearted. It's nothing bad. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, they're just saying the same thing I said. Yeah. Whatever happens is going to be something minor because they're giving me upheaval with celebration. Just because it says upheaval, this is kind of like just little minor disturbances, little minor hiccups, little minor like, okay, so you know that if they keep going in the direction they're going to fall over backwards if they're not paying attention. You told them to pick that up a minute ago. They didn't pick it up. Well, you just let them go. And then they fall flat on their butt in the middle of a mud puddle. I don't know. It sounds funny, right? It would be funny. But I'm usually that one that's falling in the mud puddle. And I will laugh. Oh, yes. Honey, you can't laugh at other people if you can't laugh at yourself. And boy, I laugh at myself all the time. Most of the time. I'm the only one laughing at me. But whatever, whatever. That's what it is. Just ask me if I care. I do not. It's only my kids that don't laugh at me. Everybody else does. Strength and turmoil. So we have a unicorn. Unicorn, a rare unicorn. So they're telling me that this is gonna be a rare instance. Like connection. They're rare. It's almost like pulling a hat trick. If you've ever thrown darts. 3 bullseyes. Right in the red. Yeah, I could do that pretty good. I used to throw darts for Budweiser. They were my sponsor years ago. Anyways, yeah. So they're indicating that because you're the visionary, you're the one that sees things. You have a clear knowing of certain things that are about to transpire. You're able to switch it. If somebody's having a bad day or having a bad moment within something, you're able to switch it to where it's not attacking that other person or demeaning that person or putting that other person down, but it actually shifts their energy. You're able to transmute and transition that energy to a more high vibrational. And it's because you have the information, you have the falcon, you have the guides that are guiding you, that allow you when and to tell you when to say certain things or when to do certain things. And it's like you have this clear knowing of how to act and when to act. And it's in these moments that you're able to transition the bad situation into a good situation. And the more and more you lean on that, the more and more that's going to benefit you. Okay? The more and more you're going to trust in it. Oh, the rare. Okay, so they're bringing me back to the rare unicorn. This connection, whoever you're connecting with. I don't want to say this. They're got me to say it. I don't like saying it. It's a once in a lifetime kind of, and you're going to know it. It's that, okay, so say you've been wanting a type of friendship that you could really, 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 really trust. Like, you could trust this person. You could let them in. You've always, always wanted just that one person that you could tell all to and they wouldn't say anything to anybody. This is the one person that's got you when you don't even know that they've got you. Like, they come out of nowhere. This is coming out of nowhere. It's a rare unicorn. It's because you're rare. You're rare. I mean, you're healing yourself every day. There's not many. Look around you in your community. How many people that you know are on the spiritual journey and are healing themselves? That aren't taking medication, that aren't going to some I mean, there's nothing wrong with taking medication. There's nothing wrong with seeing a psychiatrist. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that on your journey. If that's what it takes, that's what it takes. But if you're one of those that don't, I mean, I'm just saying, you're rare. It's not many can do that. Really, not many can. Illusion, it's all but a dream. It's like giving that feeling like, I never thought this was possible. Oh, but it is. Honesty again. It's because you've been honest. You've been so honest with yourself, so brutally honest, even when it hurt. Even when it hurt. And now, that dream of yours? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. It's happening. It's happening. Okay. Okay, so be very, very careful that you have others in your environment, people that are associated with you, people that you know that, or maybe you don't know. You don't know that they have it out for you as bad as they have it out for you. You don't even know that they're evil eyeing you. They wish ill will. They wish harm. They wish to cause you all kinds of turmoil. Okay, they're trying their damnedest to cause something to be reignited, and that all comes with you completing what it is you're completing, and that is the past. So you're just being warned to be aware and keep your defenses up, keep your privacy up, keep things to yourself. Don't tell others what you're doing, how you're doing it. Because you do have someone, you have someone that thinks that you owe them something. I don't feel like you do. Not like in finances, not like in money. But like, this is someone that believes they helped you to where you are now. They're basically saying if not for them, then you wouldn't be in the position that you're in. Honey, please. What? And I don't feel like this person is actually in a good position. So, I'm not trying to make fun or nothing. I ain't making fun of nobody, but I'm just saying, dude, come on. Really? You're living out of your vehicle, man. You're living on your friends' couches. Not you, collective. This person. I'm saying this to them. And you're coming at the collective who has a job, who has their own place, who has their own vehicle, who has food on their table, is, doing really well for themselves. And you're trying to say they wouldn't be in the position. Honey, yeah. Yeah. Don't pay no attention to that fool. Don't pay attention to them. What the hell they're talking about, jackasses. I mean, yeah. They're gonna try to throw a wrench in things. They're gonna try to cause some kind of upheaval. Yeah. But you don't have to worry about, really. As long as you, release that energy over to your gods, the divine. Why did I need to let them know that? So that you would just be aware that somebody's trying to do that. So, okay. Okay, wisdom. Okay, so the reason why is like, okay, so when you come out of alignment, okay, when you step out of alignment, you start going down the wrong road, or you make a bad choice and you do something differently, right? Then what's best aligned for you? Then you start seeing little things start happening, like you might have a flat tire, or you might trip and fall, or just stupid random things, just random shit just starts happening, right? But when you're in alignment, you'll notice everything kind of goes fluid and it's like not a struggle. Okay, so if you're someone that really understands the ebb and flow of things and how it works, if you start running into some train wrecks or some minor difficulties, just know that you are not the one that's out of alignment. It is that person sending shit your way. That's why they want you to know that. Okay. Something about ants. So if you get ants on you or ants out of nowhere, like climbing on you or some kind of crap, maybe, I don't know, ants in your bed, ants in your car. I don't know. Something about ants. That's not you. That's not you. That's not nothing you've done. It is that individual that is trying to, So this is definitely somebody that has some kind of prior knowledge or has some kind of borderline knowledge of how energy works, but they're not invested enough in it to understand. So, I do hope this helps, my lovelies. And until we meet again, toodaloo.